Morning guys, from a slightly overcast and very chilly Drummochter Pass. I was going to do this bit outside the car, but it is chilly out there. Certainly not what was forecast, and what's been forecast for about the last week, but that's what it is. I'm here today to do a couple of Munros on the west side of the A9, Beinn, Udlamain and Sgàirneach VOR. It's 981 metres and 1010 metres. I'm not sure which one is which, but I'll figure that out. But yeah, it's not quite the conditions I thought it was going to be. But I'm here now. I'm actually on holiday this week, so I'm away for a couple of days. I'm staying down in Perth for a couple of nights, so hopefully get 2 or 3 walks done. But it depends how the legs hold up. Anyway, as always, going to get suited and booted. I'm going to get cracked on and I'll catch up with you guys in a wee bit. Bye for now. Background with the snow on it, it's Scania VOR, and that's the first objective of the day. It's been a pretty good track. Well, it's been a perfect track so far, so I'm just going to keep cracking on. Bye for now. Circumstances, i.e. summer, autumn, most of this path would be very boggy. Obviously most of it's frozen over, as you can see by the patches of ice, so it's actually, rather than hindering my progress, it's actually aiding my progress, which is all good. Nothing wrong with that. Catch you in a bit. Let's make the first summit of the day, Sgàirneach VOR, at 900, either 981 or 991 metres. I'll double check it and I'll put it up on the screen. Absolutely no hardship whatsoever getting up here. There was a small patch where you had to come through what I call heather bashing, through the heather and the grass. And under different circumstances, as I said earlier, it would have been very, very, very boggy. But it was frozen over for the most part, so it was easy enough to get through. Few patches of snow, easily circumnavigated or just walked over the top of. Nothing super steep. It was actually very gradual most of the way up. Just a pleasant walk. Unfortunately, totally clagged in, which is disappointing because the forecast was better. And it's one of those days where it's just going to turn into a Munro bagging exercise now. I'm just going to have a quick bite to eat and then get cracked on. There's absolutely no point in hanging about up here. There's nothing to see, so I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Bye for now. Guys, you know, there's something quite unnerving about being on the inside of a cloud all the time. I'm glad it's partially lifted and I can at least see an idea of where I'm going now. But yeah, just when you're looking all around you and all you can see is cloud. Absolutely no land mass whatsoever. Yeah, it's quite unnerving. Anyway, I'm going to crack on. Beinn, Udlamain at 1010 metres and still pretty much clagged in. There's the odd patch of blue sky come through, the sun's even tried to poke through at one point. It's just not happening there. I'm just going to crack on, start making my way down, see if I can get below this clag. Clag does not a happy voice to even make, definitely not. So that's the Munro bagging exercise bye for today. Disappointing, but hey, we'll catch you guys in a bit. Back down onto this Land Rover track, and I think, I'm almost certain, it will run pretty much straight back to the car. 2.5 miles to go. At least I'm below the clag now, it's just not been a pleasant day at all. Anyway, got to tell you a story, and it's a tale of woe and misery and pain. My pain. I mentioned in my last but one video that something just about to take off as we approach it. Maybe not. Yep. Anyway, I mentioned in my last but one video in the description for it that I had some bad news from the doctor, so I'm going to tell you about it. And for some of you, you'll just go, is that it? Whoopie-doo. Because for most of you probably it wouldn't be that big a deal, and in the grand scheme of things it probably isn't that big a deal, but to me it was devastating, absolutely devastating. It's still, I'm kind of getting over it, but I'm not really. My other great passion in life is running. I run every day, 10k pretty much every day, occasionally throw in a half marathon, and occasionally cut it to 5 miles depending on time constraints, but I pretty much run 10k every day, or at least I did. I've been getting quite a bit of pain and discomfort in my hips, and long story short, doctor sent me for an x-ray, and I have arthritis in my hips, and the first thing I was told to do was pretty much give up the running, which I have done. Now if any of you guys out there are runners, you'll know how much that hurts and how painful that is to actually have to give that up. It's an addiction, it's something you need in your system. But I've had to give it up. I've kind of turned to the cycling, do a lot more cycling now. But yeah, as I say, devastating. Some of you I know are just sitting there just now going, whoopie-doo, a big deal. But yeah, unless you're a runner, it's hard to understand. Anyway, that's my story. I'm just going to fill this video in somehow, because there's not going to be a lot of anything else exciting in it. Anyway, I'm going to tramp on, and I'll catch up with you guys back at the car. Bye for now. Hi guys, that's me back at the car. 5 hours and 20 minutes, just over 11, just a touch over 11 miles. I'm sitting here and wondering what this video is going to be like, because if it ever sees the light of day. So what do I make of that today? Not a lot, if I'm honest. Wouldn't be my favourites ever 2 hills. And a lot of that was to do with the conditions. I mean, I did the other 2 up over that side a couple of weeks ago, and I had a fantastic day, loved it. Great views, over to the Beinn range, but get nothing today, absolutely nothing. Just totally clagged in the whole way. A couple of times the sun threatened to come out, I even saw a patch of blue sky, just never materialised. Good path pretty much all the way. Land Rover track, and once you cross that first bridge you were kind of tramping through the heather for a bit. I can see how that would be really, really boggy on another day. Again, you quickly pick up a path again and you follow that. Pretty much good all the way to the first summit. It's Sgàirneach VOR, and a good path from Sgàirneach VOR to Beinn Udlamain. Wee bit of steep descent off of Beinn Udlamain, back down to the Land Rover track, but no great difficulties, absolutely none whatsoever. So on a good day I could see it be quite a pleasant 5 hours well spent. Just I never got the conditions today, so hey ho, it is what it is. You can't win them all, literally. I mean, I had absolutely fantastic conditions last Sunday. Probably one of the best days I've ever had in the hills, so paid for it today. As I say, it is what it is. So as always guys, take care, and as ever, be kind to one another. It doesn't cost you a thing. Till the next one.